Hey everybody, Blugoblin here. Thank you for joining me here on my main channel for my next Midtown Comics Stash episode. I want to thank y'all, and I want to thank my friend, my bro, my student, TheMtVernonKid, and Midtown Comics for these books. I got 4 to review here, and then on the next episode, I'll review the last 4 from this stack that I got from Midtown. We're going to start off with Dark Horse Comics. We're going to start off with Akaneiro, number 2 of 3, The Path of Cloak and Wolf. Justin Aislinn and Vasilis Lolos are giving us the next part of the story, and I probably butchered those names, and I apologize if I did. But this was very, very good. This was even better than Issue 1 was. Issue 1 was basically introducing us to the characters and getting some nice exposition in there. Pretty straightforward stuff, and it was good. This was even better. We learn more about the Red Hunters' war with the yokai, as they're called in here, the demons. But we get a couple of very interesting plot developments in this particular issue. Number 1, we learn that not all the yokai on the world appear to be evil. Not all of them are evil. We get a very, very detailed look into that possibility. And the main character here picks up on it almost immediately, and it's very nicely done. And there's another revelation that the yokai may not be fighting the fight out of aggression, but sometimes rather out of a defensive manner. And that's something else that the main character picked up on. The main character actually picked up on it before I did, and it was very, very nice. This issue really painted a picture that not only is the main character not only can we get emotionally connected to the main character, but she is damn smart and really quick on the beat. Very, very well done. And we get some clever ruses here, and of course she picks up on it. But as the story progresses, we're learning more and more about what could separate her from all the rest of the Red Hunters, and it's very nicely done. And the cliffhanger is a nice big fuck yeah kind of cliffhanger. You know what I'm saying? It's one of those moments where you're like, oh, shit's about to get real in the next issue. And it was nice. It was really nice. I really appreciated this. The artwork wasn't perfect, but the writing was solid. It flowed very well. I'm really impressed. This was good. Alright, next up we got The Bounce, number 2 from Image Comics. This is the Sarah Pichelli variant cover. Nice. Joe Casey, David Messina. This was a really trippy issue. Hell, this is a really trippy series. The beginning of this is a really cryptic and almost nonsensical. We're almost in a cryptic and nonsensical storytelling in the beginning of the issue involving the main character and his good friend, and in this world where normal people are basically ignored unless they're in trouble or in peril or something. And the main character's buddy, he's been clean and sober for a long period of time, and it's driving him crazy. He's dying to get high and stuff. I mean, you know, sometimes I wonder, did Joe Casey write this, or did Kevin Smith fucking write this book? I mean, the drug humor, the drug references, the drug use in here is just really, really overdone in my opinion. But the storytelling, for what it was worth, it was good. It's leaning in solid directions. I could understand what's going on in here. You know, more political corruption, you know, and the character, and lots of characters wanting to score drugs and stuff like that. It was a really trippy issue. The issue was a little bit cryptic, left me with more questions than answers and everything. And it ended on a whoa, what the fuck, really kind of ending. You know, one of those kinds. It was nice for what it was worth. I enjoyed it. I think you would too. We're only 2 issues in. I'm sure it'll make a lot more sense the further we get into it. That's just my opinion. Okay, moving on. We're going to DC Entertainment with He-Man and the Masters of the Universe, number 3. Keith Giffen, Pop Man, I probably butchered the artist name, but sorry. That is a nice cover here. All these baddies and in the shadow of Castle Grayskull is just good stuff. We're learning more and more stuff about Teela and Adora in here. It turns out they were little kids together, but they didn't have a really long relationship as kids, but they were children together. And of course, big spoiler, we learn in the issue that Adora is actually King Randor's daughter. That means she's He-Man's sister. Oh, what a shocker. God, us old school fans of the classic He-Man cartoons and the classic She-Ra cartoons from the 80s, we already knew this shit. But I'm sure that'll probably shock a casual reader who's probably never heard of He-Man and is being introduced to the character with this. So, sorry if I spoiled it for you, but I mean, this ain't new news, you know what I'm saying? But Teela in here really shined. I love the character relationship between Teela and He-Man in here. It's what I would call one of those love-hate relationships. You can tell they care about each other, but at the same time they almost can't practically fucking stand each other, and that's what makes it so good. And you know, and another minor spoiler here, Adora is somewhere in the issue. She captures Teela, and they're all thinking. Some of them are actually thinking she could kill Teela, and some of them were like going, you know, if she wanted to kill Teela, she would have done it right there instead of capturing her. So there's got to be some bigger plan afoot. So He-Man's wanting to go save her, but his father, the king, is like, no, don't you dare. And you're thinking, is He-Man willing to cross the line and do absolutely whatever it takes to go save her? And he gets some unexpected help at the end of the issue. Now, my student may have already spoiled who it was, but I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to spoil who it was. I was like, whoa, thought this character was dead. This was nice. This was really, really nice. I loved it. As an old school He-Man fan, I got to say, this was awesome. Alright, we're ending this episode with, we're going back to Image. We got Lazarus, issue number 1. God damn, look at that cover. That is awesome. It's simple, yet effective and straight to the point. It's the character named Forever. That's her fucking name, I'm serious. But the character, it's like, just look at that glare in her stare. I mean, Jesus. She's like practically daring you to pick up this book and open it up and read it. And I fell for it. I opened it up and I read it. This was awesome. This was This was an incredible beginning to a new series with a new style of storytelling that's not exactly original, but it does flow very well, and it is very nice. Greg Rucka does a good job in here with the writing. The artwork from Lark and Arcus in here is just nice. It's kind of there. We're kind of in a world where it's like everything's really tough and really strict, and only certain people get the advantage. It's kind of like the Hunger Games in a sense, a little bit. I mean, any fan of the Hunger Games will instantly find the references and find the similarities in it when they read this issue. That's what I honestly believe. And a lot of the times it's meant to be really depressing and kind of dark, but there are moments where the characters do show emotion in here, and when you're reading the story, you're almost thinking to yourself, these characters must be thinking, God, I don't want to show emotion. You would believe that if you really dove into the storytelling in here. It's like the main character, I don't know what's up with her, but apparently she's getting like some treatments, and it's like we open up the book and we're beginning with her big gory death scene. She gets the hell beat out of her. She gets shot and tortured and killed, and she just gets up and kicks some ass. I was like, whoa, where the hell did that come from? This was phenomenal stuff. This was a great beginning to a new series. I will be honest. I wasn't expecting that much from this. But when I learned it was, you know, Chris sent it to me, and I looked at the name Rucka, and I was like, Greg Rucka, you know, what the hell? I'll give it a look. And I was pleasantly surprised. This was really good. But I'm not going to give away the rest of the book. This is one of those books where I don't really hardly want to say anything else. Just do yourselves a favor and pick this book up and at least give it a read. Whether you want to buy it or not, I'm going to leave that up to you. But I definitely think it's definitely worth a look. Nice stuff in here. Good storytelling. And I'm on board. So there you go. Lazarus, #1. Alright. That's it for this episode. In the next episode, I'll be reviewing these books. Take a good look at them, folks. Alright, that's what's coming up in the next episode, and I'll see you all there. So until next time, everybody, I'll see you all later.